Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, as the case may be. I'm Jerry Janda. I'm with the SAP Community and Influencers team, and I am here to help with the latest virtual tour by SAP Champions. And have one of our SAP champions on the phone with us today. In fact, we have a few SAP champions in the room as well. Always a pleasure to see you all, but the person of the hour is Nil Peksen, who will be doing a presentation about SAP community engagement during COVID-19. I think this will be a great one, something we could all benefit from listening to, especially these days, of course. So with that, I'm just going to hand it over to Nil. I will keep an eye on the chat. If anybody has any questions, I'll keep an eye out. If I can answer in chat, I will. Otherwise, Nil tells me this presentation should take about 25 minutes or so. Since it's an hour-long session, that should give us plenty of time for Q&A and conversation at the end. Since these are meant to be virtual tours of the community, we can also talk about anything community related after the presentation itself. Being with the community team, I'm always happy to talk about the community and I can answer any questions you have. But enough about me, enough from me. I'll hand it over to Nil. Thank you. And Nil, please take it away.
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you so much, everyone. Hi. In this community virtual tour, I would like to share you SAP community engagement and social disconnectedness during COVID-19. And I'll be covering how SAP community is rallying the crisis with the ways communication, with engaging other members. Shortly, the ways that how build connection virtually. And I'm going to my next, I'm sorry. Here are the topics. What is social disconnectedness? How is social connectedness impact our health? Overcoming and deepening social connectedness. Community engagement, SAP community, and participating in SAP community and virtual events. First, I would like to say that we are all experiencing tough times, and social disconnectedness is one of those key parameters for our health, and it can be characterized by a lack of contact with others. It's indicated by situational factors like social network, infrequent social interaction, and also COVID. And the World Health Organization declared that COVID-19 pandemic, with COVID-19 pandemic, many people are facing a prospect of various forms of social isolation in the immediate future. So winter is coming. It's sad, but it's fact. On the other hand, social disconnectedness is associated with some kind of physical and mental risks. And I would like to start with mental health, which is super important for us. COVID-19 pandemic resulting economic recession and negative impacts affected many people's health and created new barriers for already suffering from mental illnesses and substance use disorders. And the numbers, especially while I was preparing this presentation, I had a chance to look deeper into the numbers. And statistics are saying that are not looking so well. So I don't want to share statistics, but I would like to share the truths, the facts. Yes, there's some facts that about healthcare, economic, environment, social, are mostly causing feelings like fear, frustration, anger, worry, and boredom. And the result is stress, depression, and anxiety. And all these resulting and causing unexpected health problems. Maybe you are already experienced, and maybe some of your close relatives or someone is experiencing, but these are the about the growing numbers. And with mental health, there's a physical side. It's completely correlated, and with perceived isolation and loneliness are associated with increased sympathetic nervous system activity, increased inflammation, decreased sleep, and all are infectious, and those are accelerate brain and cardiovascular aging. And there's associated numbers with poor social relationship, increased risk of heart disease, and risk of stroke. And if you have already have some failures like heart failure or something, patients associated 4 times risk of death. And these are the sad facts about the current situation. About physical health, I would like to overview all these problems in 3 subjects: inflammation, cardiovascular, and immune system. I would like to say that, openly say that, I experienced immune system problems and inflammation related ones, and because of the high stress. And these are the numbers that, especially about the cardiovascular problems, 30% increase of risk, and blood pressure related things, etc. These are the generally overview how our physical health affected by the loneliness and feeling self-isolation, and because of the current situations. And good news, there's a way, and I already tried all these ways, and it's perfectly working. First, if you want to overcome isolation and deepening social connectedness, here's the guide. Your feelings, and describe your feelings. If you are feeling alone, scared, or disconnected from others, notice the feelings that feelings are happening deep inside yourself, and write them down. This will help you process and work through them in a healthy way. So understanding what is going on and describing is the most important, and my number 1. And don't be afraid of your emotions or sharing your feelings. You are maybe feeling overwhelmed, sad by current situation. Share your feelings and thoughts. This is understandable, and feel more understood and more valued, because this is don't be afraid of your emotions, and openly feel free to share. And arrange regular calls and phone calls, and engage with the community. This is one of the tricky things for myself. Scheduling video calls with your family, friends, and help you feel socially connected with them. And despite of the all physical distance, and engaging with the other people is the ways that one of the key and best ways that overcoming isolation and deepening social connectedness. What is community engagement? Wiki says that community engagement is a community-centered orientation-based dialogue. We are already experiencing in SAP community, and it enables to contextualize understanding of the community members' perceptions, of the topics and the context. And the outcome, for sure, generally for sure, networking. But my outcomes are networking plus other things. I will describe them all in the next slides. And social SAP community engagement and the things in our world. We are a community that's 2.8 million users, 287,000 visits per day. And in this group, in this community, we are mostly using information sharing, reputation building, and networking. But I would honestly love to say that these are amazing numbers for tech community. And 287,000 of visits per day, that means that you have accessibility and there's a place that you can interact with the others. Because many people all around the world are visiting the community and engaging for information sharing or networking or learning something new, whatever it is, but this is the engagement and networking way. During the next slides, I'll be focusing on the communication, network and engagement parts about the SAP community, in the SAP community. And upcoming online events. Oh, sorry, yes. One of the key connection ways, if you are familiar or unfamiliar to SAP community, I strongly recommend that following upcoming online events. All events I will describe in details in further slides. community.sap.com/events page, and previously physical events, physically happening events turned to virtual events mostly. So from all around the world, wherever you are, it's easy, accessible, and you can feel free to join with using SAP Community, community.sap.com events page. Here's the upcoming online events and the event types and the other things. The other SAP community meetings. SAP Insight Track, it's still Insight Track, but mostly calling online track due to the conditions. It's a local grassroots community event where SAP community members are participating locally and sharing their knowledge and about SAP related topics. And I would like to say that we are also working right now organizing an SAP Insight Track Istanbul, but probably we will postpone this year due to the current situations. So especially online tracks, which is Munich and Vienna is on the way. The upcoming and the new events. You can follow also on that page, and you can engage and participate all those events virtually. Vienna and Munich will be happening 22 and 29th of October. And SAP community, SAP Stammtisch, SAP Stammtisch informal get-together talk about SAP-related topics, which I would love to be part of it, virtually or physically. Previously, I organized in Oslo and Istanbul Stammtisches, and it's a really nice chit chat and talk and engagement way with the other SAP community enthusiasts. And SAP Community Calls, here we are. These are the organizations and the events that are mostly organizing by SAP employees. And there's two more during the October. And the new events are on the way. I would like to say about this. User group events are a customer engagement group. It's a different kind of events, but we can also virtually participate all those events. Finding local user groups, especially this is focused on the local user groups, and exchanging ideas and learning about educational events, keeping up to date about the latest innovations. You can follow user group events. 2 days later, yes, October 22, SAP Integration Strategy and Overview Update User Group event is coming. I would like to inform also this one. And SAP Hackathons, these are also events that are organized by SAP, and it has a great example, Devtoberfest, which I sadly couldn't participate, but it was I watched videos and the other stuff, and it was an amazing hackathon. And these events, 24, 48, all flexible are marathons that building and creating and producing product in a short amount of time with collaborating other members. And SAP TechEd. This year, sadly, SAP TechEd is going to be virtual, but let's focus on the positive side. It's free. And I would love to say that it's free, it's open, and feel free to participate. There will be training programs and community sessions and workshops, and you'll love to be part of it. And I will be also there. And here are the events. And I would like to say that there are multiple ways to connect and finding us. If you are not familiar to SAP community and engage with us, you can start with participating virtual events or physical events. I don't know what will the future bring, but except events, you can please feel free to connect with us and with SAP community, community.sap.com address, and you can directly ask your questions to us, messages.sap.com in your chat box, in your DM way. I'm personally using mostly Twitter with a social media communication way, and there's a SAP community page also in Twitter, which are mostly whole SAP community members, active members, champions, mentors are following it. You can also connect via SAP community Twitter account. Yes. And a Facebook, I'm not using Facebook, but there's a SAP community page, which you can feel free to follow. And last but not least, I love this. This is a YouTube channel, SAP Communities, youtube.com/user/SAP Communities. I would like to say that Previously, all those videos, especially I'm following developers from their channels, and there were growing numbers of channels that I was following, and especially advocates and the other talks, etc., united under the SAP Community account, which is great for me. I really surprised and I felt so happy that I noticed this initiative. And probably I can see that Michelle's call is also there. And probably this virtual tour is also be in the SAP community channel. You can feel free watch later, or the things that you missed, and follow the from a technical perspective, follow the technology and the development side. And there's also a social side, which is SAP community and engaging, and we are here. And feel free to connect with us. And you can also use other social media channels and Google us. We are here. And last but not least, I would like to share a very short but important story before close my session. I'm always, when I would like to first meet with SAP community, physically, in person, knowing, getting know all these people, I found myself in a group of that people are positively supporting each other, and from technical perspective, from educational perspective, etc. And I felt lucky. But I'm engaging all those guys and all those people for a while, 2.5 years. And it was a weird feeling, and it was Jerry also knows that the happened thing changed the way that I'm presenting this presentation today. Even subject and everything has changed. I'm honestly love to say that actually we are the group of people not only supporting us for the technical perspective and communicating and celebrating our birthdays, etc. Above all these, there's amazing people that even not knowing me, even not knowing what I experienced, what's happening on my side, trying to reach out to you, and they openly said that we are here whenever you need, and we are here to support you, whatever you are experiencing. This is really hard to describe, but especially in the slide of the, I would like to show here. I would like to underline this subject. Don't be afraid of sharing your emotions and feelings. These are the so important thing. I felt that quite brave and shared the experienced things about my life. And SAP community members, I love you all, and thank you so much for your amazing support. Even not knowing ones are openly DM'd me that we are ready to help you, whatever, whenever you need, and whatever you experienced may be hard, but they are openly said that we are here. This is what I previously experienced, but not experienced feeling. I was alone in my home. I was feeling anxious. All those mental symptoms that I'm dealing with that stuff. And I felt quite brave, and I published a post on Twitter, and a lot of people, amazingly from all around the world, from Brazil, from Australia, from Germany, Mexico, everywhere. A lot of people said, you are not alone. This is the another important thing. I felt quite unexperienced and different thing. But all those people from all around the world said me, you are not alone, Nil. And I experienced blah blah thing exactly like you. And the other one says that, oh, this is what I experienced 3 years ago, something. And I understood that life is going on and I have to keep my head up. And I'm not the only one that I experienced those tough things. So from heartfully love to say that thank you everyone, thank you being there, and hope this winter will be easy for us, and please keep saving, please keep yourself safe and your beloved ones, and thank you. Okay.
And thank you, Nil. Thank you. That's, and you know, on behalf of everyone on the call and on on behalf of the entire community, thank you for everything that you do as well. So we do. It's a lot to take in and think about. Helpful stuff. We do still have about 30 minutes left, and the chat is open. People can come off of mute if you had any questions about the presentation or about the community in general. Maybe wanted to add to the conversation. Maybe I can, in the meantime, while waiting to see if anybody has anything to say, or if anybody has anything to add in the chat, or I can maybe add a couple things to what Nil mentioned. First off, I would encourage everybody, and I'm going to be the first one to do it. I'm going to go right in the chat here, and this is a link to my profile on the community. Yeah, we can definitely. We can definitely connect with each other on social media as well. But you know, if you want to direct message with one another, it helps if we follow one another. So I would encourage everybody to pop your link to your profile in the chat there. I know most of you already, so I probably already follow you and you follow me. But if not, you know, no harm in putting your profile link in there. In terms of events, we have some others coming up, and Nil mentioned some of them. Yes, there is the online track that is for Vienna and Munich coming up. I'm actually doing a 10-minute presentation myself this Thursday at 1 o'clock my time, which is Eastern US time, about the community. So, you know, if you can come and check that out, we'd appreciate it. We have David on the line. He's going to be doing our next virtual tour, much different topic from this one. He's going to be talking about unboxing SAP Cloud Platform with SAP Community. So we'll have he's already done a blog post about it. We'll have an invitation about that going out soon. Next Friday, we're doing a coffee corner meetup. I'm going to do a little something for Halloween just to try to make things fun. But I just want everyone to know that you follow me, I'll follow you back. Please continue to support events like this one. I think, you know, Nil's, you know, can testify how important these things are during these times and helping us stay connected with one another. So I'm going to pause for a moment, see if anything else came in chat, or if anybody had anything to say. If anybody would like to come off of mute and speak, please feel free.
Hi, this is Sue.
Hi, Sue.
I would just thank you, Nil. I'm sorry I got here a little bit late, but I'd like to echo what you said. It's really common in the US for us to just put on a happy face and, well, I mean, maybe not over the past few years, but pretend everything's all right and never admit to feeling down or needing help. And that needs to change. And I applaud you for being brave and putting it out there. It gave me an opportunity to tweet back at you and think about how you're feeling and hope that everything is going all right. But if people don't know, you know, if you don't have some way of communicating to people that you're not feeling well, or that you're struggling, that you're that you could use a boost, you're not going to get that. So I applaud you, Neil.
Thank you.
Good for you.
Thank you.
I'll second that. Sue, looks like you're on a beach somewhere hiding in the sand though, so.
Yeah, I still, all you people with your virtual backgrounds and everything, I haven't gotten the hang of that. And actually, I have no intention of getting the hang of that, so.
That's okay. Any other comments or questions? Thank you, Sue. And by the way, Sue did a really fantastic session on Friday about, you know, preparing for the winter months, so similar to some of the things that we discussed here today. And I also attended that session, and it was I've taken a lot out of that session and a lot out of this one as well. So I think if nothing else, one important key takeaway is that a lot of us do feel like we're sort of experiencing something unique and alone, but it turns out that the more we talk to one another, I think we find that we really aren't. You know, a lot of people are struggling with similar things right now, regardless of culture, regardless of country, regardless of all kinds of things. It kind of hits us all the same as humans. So just having these types of conversations is just so revealing, and it certainly helps shatter that feeling of isolation when you realize even if you are alone, you're really not in a lot of ways. So it looks like something came in the chat.
Yeah, it was me. Hi guys, here's Greg.
Hi.
I'm from SAP, colleague, and I'm responsible for learning. And I don't know if you know that SAP communities are also part of one SAP learning. And it's my first time to be on a community call. I just learned about this kind of community calls from my colleague Vitali some hours ago, and I'm very happy to be here with you to hear your feedback. I also posted in the chat a link to learning journeys. Just I don't know if you know them or not. It's worth to have a look at and see. Yeah, and if you would like, if you have any questions around learning, also the more formal learning, you can also come to me.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I think you know, maybe this for those of us who maybe you know, one of the things that Nil had brought up was things like boredom and things like that, and you know, maybe, you know, those of us who are experiencing downtime or a sense of ennui, not quite what to do with ourselves, now might be a good time to sort of expand our horizons a little bit. It's something I keep telling myself I ought to do. I ought to use this time to do more learning, more education, more training, make myself a more rounded individual. So yeah, thanks for sharing that. I know a lot of people in the community are passionate about learning. That's one of the major incentives, I think, for joining the community, is to gain knowledge and also to share knowledge. So yeah, do appreciate you sharing that. If you do have a profile in the community, you might want to pop that in chat as well, because that way, if people do have questions, if you want to share it, that's a little bit easier for them to follow up with you.
Okay.
Cool. Let's see anything else in the chat. If anybody else wants to pop something in or come off mute, you're more than welcome to do so.
Yes, it's David.
Hi, David.
Yeah, I just completely agree with Neil's presentation. Thank you, Neil. It was very nice and very brave from your part. Just since I joined more actively in the SAP community, what has helped me a lot also is to follow Slim. You know Slim. Slim is the author of Realizing Empathy, who is also a SAP champion, if I'm not wrong. And he normally sends from time to time, I don't know if once per month, some little message to a subscription in some kind of as a newsletter, sorry. And he talks very, he writes phrases about to practice empathy and to express the feelings when you need to express, and to realize the world that it's around you and the people that normally is around you to help you.
Yeah, thank you for that. I'm gonna have to pop something in chat real quick for that one, because Slim is Slim is the nickname. So if people went looking for him, they might not find him. He is one of our SAP champions, and he does focus on empathy. So it's an interesting skill, to say the least, since so many people within the Champions program and within the community are so technically minded. What he brings to the table is fairly unique. So he's well worth a follow. I'm happy to report that we're actually working with him. I had mentioned the Coffee Corner meetups. Sue did one this past Friday where she talked about preparing for the winter months. Like I said, I'm going to be doing one next Friday, which is the 30th, around Halloween. But then the next one after that, which is a Friday the 13th, unfortunately, I hope doesn't mean anything bad's going to happen. But Slim should be joining that call, and he will be doing a 30-minute breakout session around empathy. So for those of you who are interested in that topic, gets back to what Nil was saying earlier, the events, and we try to have all kinds of different things. And today we talked about how you can use the community to cope during times of COVID. Next time in 2 weeks, David will be talking about the cloud. So it kind of runs the gamut, and it's all good stuff. And what makes the community interesting is all these different areas of expertise and all these different talents and all these people coming together to have these amazing conversations. So oh, and yeah, of course, Nil put her, yeah, I should have done that for her, but she put her link to her profile in chat. So please do give her a follow as well. What else? Still not anything in chat. Anybody have anything to add? We still have about 20 minutes left. We can always give people time back. If the conversation ends here, that's fine. Do keep in mind that we don't have to necessarily just limit our conversation to the topics that we covered here today. This is a virtual tour of the community, so it is an opportunity for people to ask about the community as well. If you have any questions about the overall platform or other things related to it, I'm part of the team, and I'm always happy to answer those or provide direction as the case may be.
I think it's really cool to know that the SAP community is open to people who are not just really advanced or really an expert in stuff, but people that are just learning too, and they can share stuff. And I really love this presentation now because it hit me right where it needs to be. I was thinking, yeah, you're right. I tend to go here when I'm having a bad day. Actually, when I'm having a good day too, but and when I'm having a good day, I share more. When I'm having a bad day, I read more. So it evens out. But yeah, it's a great community, and you also are going in with people who kind of understand where you're coming from. I mean, we're all doing something with SAP, and that's kind of common, or maybe not, but at least we know, like, I have a really strange personality. I can relate to a lot of people out there. So that's
great.
fun.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you for sharing your thoughts, and your participation made me so happy. And as I previously said to you, I'm trying to follow your way, and we are okay.
Thank you.
Jerry, help us. We are so emotional right now.
Well, I feel like I'd spoil the moment if I just kind of chimed in with my babble at this point. So I just wanted to let the moment be. But okay, yeah, what I could do then is just mention again the coffee corner, because I think that ties back to something Michelle had mentioned before. Not everybody coming into the community. I'm not a developer. I'm not a technical person. I'm trying to expand my horizons to get back to the point made earlier about the need for additional education. I'd like to one day be as smart as all of you. So that's my goal. But in the coffee corner, anything, it's sort of an off-topic area. You don't have to talk. You can talk about SAP stuff, but if you go in there right now, we did put a link in the chat at one point when Michelle mentioned that she really likes going in there when she's feeling down. I like to spend a lot of time in the coffee corner too. I'm a big fan. I plan on putting something fun in there to tie in with that coffee corner meetup that I'm doing next Friday, but I don't want to spoil anything. Gonna have some contests to go along with it, so we'll see how that goes. So yeah, do keep an eye out on there, and also to Michelle's point, and to get back to the session that Sue did on Friday, we had a guy join Sue's session who was more of a lurker. He'd been with the community for many years, but hadn't really participated all that much. He was more of a consumer, I guess you could say. And reading like posts from like Michelle and other SAP champions and seeing how welcoming they are. He had always been under the impression, well, I'm just not, I can't hang out with, the big leagues in SAP community. They're all like the cream of the crop, and they all know so much, and I'm just learning. And it really became a situation for him where he realized that no, the community is not like that at all. It's not about exclusivity, quite the opposite. If you are just beginning your learning journey, the things that were shared in the chat and the things discussed on the call, it's open to everybody, whether you're just starting off or you've been around for a long time. We welcome everybody, and I think one of the great things about the community is those who do possess the knowledge are never selfish about sharing it. They love to share and they love to learn, and that's what makes a community great. So there, I think I maybe deflected from some of the more emotional moments that were breaking out there with my nonsense. But to bring it back to everyone on the call, though, I don't really want to monopolize the conversation. I think this was a great call. I think I really enjoy being part of these things, but I also want to give people the opportunity to chime in. Chat is still open. You can come off mute if you have anything else you'd like to add. If not, I think we can perhaps go ahead and wrap up the call. Nil, did you have any final words that you'd like to leave everybody with?
I have to say that I have I think it was 2007 or something. My first S user ID and my first login to SAP. And then years passed. I was in that community in ASEAN times, and I just remembering some email stuff, but I'm not sure. Anyways, just 2.5 years ago, I noticed that there's a real community and people. So maybe with sharing this kind of stuff on the social media and internet and sharing the other side of the community. Yes, we are tech people and we are good at our works and we are very helpful, etc. But we are human in the end, and we are here. We have to say this. And I'm normally not social person, and normally having some problems about engaging with people easily. But SAP community is exceptional for me. I previously had the chance to share this idea with other community leads, etc. But I believe that there's thousands of people that having difficulties about engaging with people. So sharing this stuff, sharing our human side is one of the important things. And this is what I try to do in this virtual tour. And we have to underline this. We are real people. We are not bots.
Well said. And in closing, I hope you've all learned something valuable here today or picked up some tips on things that can help you during these difficult times. I hope you've made a new connection or a friend. In closing, let's all be kind to one another, and more importantly, let's be kind to ourselves. I think is a key takeaway here. None of us are alone, and now you have other people you can reach out to if you feel the need. So on that note, I want to thank Nil for taking time out of her schedule and to be so open and honest with us and so helpful. And I want to thank you all for taking time to join us as well. And I hope you have a great day.
It's my pleasure. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Jerry.